All right, guys, I've never waited so long for a steak. It's been a couple of weeks, and I'm really excited to try my first dry aged steak that I've dry aged myself. Smells fantastic, and let's just go for it. This is the choice that I'm going to go for first. We already discovered in a previous video there is a difference. Hi guys, it's James here from Meat, so thanks for coming to watch another video. Now today we are going to start the process of dry aging our own beef. Can you muck it up? Now let me keep this simple. All I've done is go online here in the UK and buy some of these bags. Now they look like vacuum bags, except that there's no roughness on the outside, which is what you normally get, or on the inside. I've also got two different cuts of beef here. Well, they're the same cut, they're both strip loins, but one is a USDA choice and one is a USDA prime. Other than that, you're going to just need a good sturdy chopping board just to do this on. It can get quite messy. I want some scales here. I want to see how much they weigh at the beginning. And also I've got some kitchen paper. It can get messy. Now, as to how this works, of course, you're going to need some sort of vacuum packing machine. That might be the most expensive part of this, and I'll show you that in a second. According to the instructions I've got here, there is one thing that makes it a little bit more complicated than normal vacuum packing, and that is because this is completely smooth, it doesn't vacuum as easily as a normal vacuum bag. But there's a reason why it's like this. This is porous to both air and moisture or vapor, which can escape from the bag, and that's really important. Apparently after about a day, the beef will have adhered itself to this surface, and so that there's a really tight barrier there, and you won't get any liquid sort of dripping into your fridge or anything like that. But in order to do this, we need this little piece of gauze. I don't know if you can see that. And we're going to cut a little strip off, and you put that in the mouth of the bag. When you're vacuuming it, it creates enough of a sort of a gap for the air to be sucked out, and then also whatever part of your machine is heating that up to seal it, this should be inside that. So I'm basically going to just go through the process of unwrapping this beef, drying it off, getting it in here, and then we'll see how difficult it is or not to vacuum pack. And I will also show you how I'm going to store it, and then we're going to monitor the beef for the next few weeks. Okay, I'm going to attempt to get this piece of prime into one of these packing bags. Into one of these bags here. They're not huge bags, so I'm going to try this smaller piece first to get the hang of this, and then we've got this huge piece of USDA choice here. When it comes to dry aging, of course, you're going to lose quite a lot of weight. It could be 20–25%. So that's one of the reasons why the price goes up and up. But the other thing to note is maybe wouldn't go any smaller than this. So we'll weigh this in a second. I'll let you know how much that weighs. Let's try and get that in here nice and neatly. This surface is made to adhere to the beef, so I have a feeling this massive piece of choice might have to be cut in half in order to do this. Here we go. Now, key is going to be to get as much of the air out as possible. So I think this actually in these bags might be almost as big as you can go. As you can see, there's a few inches at the top and a couple of inches at the bottom. Let's see how this one packs up. In terms of weight, what have we got? Okay, this is 1.548 kilograms. As I said, they give this gauze material, and I need to just cut a piece off to put into the mouth of the bag. A pair of scissors. I don't seem to have one available just here. Here we go. So that piece, as you can see, is just that size, a couple of inches. So let's make some space. As I said, I'm doing this for the first time, so you're just basically watching along to see how inept I am. So the way this machine works, you open up here. Now I have to put that there. So I have to put this in the mouth of the bag. There we go. That goes in the chamber here. Now, this is not as easy as normal vacuum packing, that's for sure. I'm intrigued to see how this works. Right. Okay, let's see what happens when we start trying to suck the air out. I'm just going to help the machine a little bit here. So, okay, the machine is struggling. Let's turn that off. Let's give this another go. Can be a bit finicky. It says here in the instructions, just because this is a different type of bag to normal. Okay, let's try again. A bit more success. It's not forming a perfect seal against the beef here, so I'm just going to try and take some of the slack out of the bag. Okay, I think that's as close as I can get it for now. It might take a bit of practice to get this perfect, so we're going to seal this bag. Okay, let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. Okay, well, we've got a seal here. It's not a perfect seal. Let's hope that this works out as planned. I'll be checking tomorrow. Now I'm going to put this in the fridge and I'll show you in a moment how you should store this. Now, having tried that once, I can definitely see that this is probably a bit too big. So we're going to try and cut that down. I think I'll take a couple of steaks off here and I'm sure my boys will be more than happy to eat those tomorrow, so no loss. Okay, we've still got a very decent sized piece here, so let's dry that off a little bit more. Give the bag a better opportunity to stick here. Now this USDA has been wet aged for I think 4 to 6 weeks, I think more like 6 weeks, which can just help to increase the tenderness and the juiciness, but it's nothing like dry aging, and I do love dry age flavour. So I'm keen to see if USDA choice can improve massively, or if it's not suitable. We'll find out. Taking a bit of a risk. So let's get another bag. Bit more gauze. Where is that? Here we go. Seems like you don't need too much of this gauze. Just cut off a little bit. It's just enough to enable a gap in the bag. Right, here we go. It's quite new to the world of home cooking, I think, dry aging, and it makes it more accessible, but it's definitely something that you're going to be unsure about at the beginning, so I probably wouldn't try it with your most expensive beef that you might normally want to have dry aged. I would try it out first, but maybe I can be the guinea pig for you. Right, here we go, in the bag. Maybe the fact this is a bit bigger will actually be better. The bag can adhere to it more. There we go. Right. Let's get rid of this. Okay. Let's weigh this. So this is 1.59. That's interesting. It looks a lot bigger. Does that tell us something about the density of it, or... yeah, fake science maybe, or is that bro science, should we say? Right. Again, don't forget the little gauze. It's quite fiddly. If there's two of you, it might be better. Let's try that. I'm just going to help it along. I'm just pushing out some air as I go along. Okay, again, we've got a seal. It's somewhat vacuum packed. You want the membrane to adhere to the meat closely. I think as it starts to dry off, it will help. Now I'm just going to show you how I'm going to store these, and then I probably won't see you for a week or two. So yeah. Now you want to find a space in the fridge that has air around it. If your fridge is as crammed as mine with condiments, I mean, we love a bit of mayonnaise and sriracha in this house, then try and find a part of the fridge which you can keep relatively empty. Now I'm placing mine on top of these sort of grill pans so that air can circulate around. I think that's a good idea. Raise it up a little bit. And again, bear in mind you're going to want to keep this from probably 3 to 6 weeks. So that might tell you how big of a piece you can afford to take out of your fridge. So anyway, I'm going to keep you updated. We're going to see if this all goes wrong, what goes right, was it as easy as it looked, and can we cut out the cost of the middleman? All right, catch you soon. All right, guys, well, join me next week to continue this fantastic odyssey where you see me potentially purposefully ruin this absolutely wonderful piece of beef. Let's hope that doesn't happen. I'm going to show you what the beef looks like after a couple of weeks of aging, and then how to prepare it from there. You can't just cut it up and cook it straight away. You need to do various things in order to make it edible and delicious. And then let's see whether it was worth it, whether it was worth the extra effort, and whether I would do it again. Anyway, you can see that next week. Cheers.